Well, here she is. Kia ora e te whānau. Here's my big, beautiful girl. She's a bit cute. She's the first kind of patchwork journal I've done. It's called When We Were Little. That's what I've decided to name her. It is very nostalgic for me and has a lot of childhood memories that I know a lot of you will be able to relate to as well. So on the front cover she has my attempt at proper quilting with the bamboo batting in between and everything. I have hand stitched all around the journal, right through the cover, the edges, as you'll see on the inside. The spine is covered in buttons that have been strung through the signatures, and I have left the back just as is because she feels so nice. She is indeed journal number 27. These are from my lovely friend Yvonne. These are Suffolk yo-yos that she got off something, which I think is really, really cool. Okay, so if we open her up, that closure there, that's just a nice big button, and I've just risen it up with layers and layers of cardboard cut in the die cut so that the elastic does hold quite nicely underneath the button, and it's just put through an eyelet and that's sewn through the cover. So a lot of this is a Holly Hobby book that I pulled apart. Some images were sacrificed in the making of this because they're double-sided in that book. I didn't want to cover that up with anything. You've just got a little scrappy notebook there, all made from, these are all from the fly cover pages of old books, and you can take that off using the lobster claw clasps so that you can more easily write on it. Just a little shrinky dink there. If you remember Shrinky Dinks, give me a shout out. Another one there. That's another book page. So the one I pulled apart was What's the Time, I think it's called. And over here, that's out of a embroidery pattern book, and I thought they could be really cute to colour in because colouring in was one of my favourite things to do when I was little. Honestly, this journal just makes me so happy. So that was one that there's a few in here that the images I just couldn't choose, so they had to become pages all of their own. This is just squares of scrapbooking paper that I've then sewn all the way through. This is a hand embroidery sample that I made, and I've just hand stitched around the edge, and that can come off if you don't want it in there with the lobster clasp. Most of the charms and things have lobster clasps this time so that you can take them off, move them around, do whatever you want. Over here, just a little pocket. This is a fabric that I stuck. So I made a patchwork paper almost by sticking the layers of fabric on and then sewing it, and I did scan it. So below this video in the description, if you want to grab that one off my website, I'll put it up and I'll make it really nice and cheap. And so we've just got a little journaling card that I made, some gridded paper, and this reminds me of when I was little. The Little Crooked Man, everyone remember that? And that's just from an old children's encyclopedia, which I thought was really cool, so that had to go in there. So it's not all Hobby. It's probably 80% based on Holly Hobby. That is from another pattern book. Really cool, nice fabric. Over here we've just got little butterfly tea card, and you have an old Viewmaster of the kangaroo hunt and some pretty paper and just a little envelope. I love that little stamp, it's so cute. And you've just got a little bit of writing tea stained notepad in there. She is chocker, like her spine is 9 centimeters. I had no choice, So yep, journal number 27. And here again you've got a little journaling card, another little tea collector card. That one is a genuine playing card. I have not aged that one or anything. I did manage to get a bit of genuine ephemera as well of Holly Hobby. And then there's just a little piece of writing paper in there as well. Over here, another embroidered flower that I did. That one I have just sewn around on the sewing machine, the border. Got some writing space there. Over here, got to put some, you know, genuine ephemera in there as well. Genuine old writing, and that was a card from Margaret. They're just beautiful. I love the quality of cardboard that those are on. This is from the first page of the book, and he's actually pulling her on the front page. So you've just got a bit of writing space there, and on the back you've got another genuine little Holly Hobby playing card. And a little bow paper clip. I have shown how to make those in one of my tutorials. Another little cigarette card up there, a little bit more pretty writing paper, and some pretty writing paper up there as well. And then you open that and you've got oodles of writing space there as well. That is the third one of my little embroidered flowers, and the last one in this journal. And then you've just got a little shrinky dink tied on there. That is a little bit of the paper, so as you see later I cut out some circles and I had some of the background of the Holly Hobby book left, so I've used that in clusters. Just a little bit of writing space there and another fold out, and that's just got a little bit more of that paper that you can do whatever you want with, and some note paper to write on as well. There's something about the feel of this journal when I go through it. It's just so nostalgic. If you saw the tutorial, you already would have seen this, so the only thing that you haven't seen is that I have decorated it by putting writing space in there, and I've made, that's one of my stamps, and just a little journaling card, and I just popped a little French piece of paper in there just for good measure. Chapter 27. And the teddy bear, that was in the corner of one of the pages. Can't remember if it was actually that page or not. So here you go, that's the piece that I used on the other page was around here. So you've just got a little window there so that you can see both sides of that pretty little picture. Another one I couldn't give up. I just made a little house with a little door, 27 on it, and you've just got some writing space in there as well. Over here you've got a really pretty old, these are antique but they don't all have the dates on them, but the ones that do were all prior 1916. Another little genuine Holly Hobby card. That is someone help me out, I'm pretty sure that's for cross stitch, if you're going to cross stitch onto a tablecloth. One of you clever people will know. There's a time for play and a time for work. To the garden we'll be going, to the craft room we'll be going. Weed, 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 craft, craft, craft. And cut, 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 and don't forget the hoeing. And that's at 11 AM apparently, and this one was time for a nap. Again, couldn't choose between those beautiful images. Sleepy now, a nap will help, then you'll be ready when they ring the great big dinner bell and it's time to eat again. I love naps, I always have an afternoon nap. This has just been hanging around in my ephemera stash for quite a while. I thought it was a card of like Little Miss Muffet, but it's actually a dinner menu, so I thought it was a cool piece of ephemera to put in there. I don't even know what pottage forborn is. Fried fillet or place Welsh rarebit. Interesting. Is this Irish? Ooh, someone can tell me that. But that's the children's menu of I don't even know where, but that's really cool. So I've popped that one in there. That one is an original. I didn't copy it, so off she goes. This is just out of a vintage nursery rhymes book, and I just turned it into a little journaling card. And you've just got a little note paper of writing space behind there. All the signatures have, that one's got a shrinky dink on it, that one's beaded, that one's got a little porcelain bead bird. That reminds me of hundreds and thousands when I was little. So yeah, they've all got something on them. Over here you have another antique postcard. Can we see the date on that one? Ooh, yeah, there you go. Only just antique as of May this year, because that's 1925. But it's suited, I thought. And another cool page that I managed to find from the Children's Encyclopedia of Humpty Dumpty and Old Mother Hubbard. You've got writing space on the back of that one. Do tell me if this brings back happy memories for you, won't you? This was another page. Love that image. Equally love that image. Had to go in. I got little paper dolls here. So cute. There we go. So they just tuck away in there. That is from that masterboard, and I just turned my leftovers into a tag that you can write on the back of. And this is just adorable. How do you like my Easter hat? Tell me, oh bunnies do. Do you think the friend to whom I send this card will like it too? Just thought that would be really cute. And that one is 1911. So she goes away in there as well. Over here we just have our scrappy notebook made from all old book pages and a little verse from the Holly Hobby book that I destroyed, but I managed to get 2 of them, so you never know. I might make another one because I really enjoyed doing this. An old vintage hanky. I had these when I was little, whole drawer full of them next to my undies. This was different for me. I've made 3 little windows, and you could always add some note paper in places that don't have note paper, but you could write on that, and they just make a little paper doll who's dressing up. That was a labour of love, tell you. That was not easy. That's the masterboard. I didn't want to do anything to that because that whole patchwork theme is just, you know, part of the journal. Have a little tea bag, just a cute little addition to go in there, and another, that's from that nursery rhyme book again, just to write on the back of. Another little postcard, got the date on that one, 1929, vintage, not an antique yet, but not far off, and some writing paper. Over here, just some writing paper. That's a tea bag. Some writing paper in there. Made an envelope out of this guy, this page. Wasn't too fussed about the image in there, but you can still see it. And again, just that one's from that book from 1875. And over the page you've just got another little house journaling card that I made. I believe I saw a little tutorial on the treasured page on how to do those, and I thought, oh my gosh, how perfect for this journal. I thought this little doily was appropriate for this journal as well, so I put that one in. it's just got a couple of little tickets in there. Over here we have I can never remember what way I do that. Oh, I got it first time. Just a little scrappy notebook. Rain, rain, go away, come back another day. I always used to say that whenever it started spitting on my long walk home from school. So just a little space to write in there. Another tag made out of that leftover masterboard that I made. This is cool. Found this in the back of, it was actually the boys' annual, but you know, if your brother was kind enough, he might have given it to his little sister. It's a competition. Popular new competition. How cool is that? Fill in the 6 things you like best in this annual. And another really cute little antique / very vintage postcard. So I tried to keep the ephemera in here appropriate to the journal of when we were little, but you know, some bits I've just got to put in anyway, just a little writing space. This one I really enjoyed doing. So you've got a flap that opens there, just with a little card there, and then that one folds down too. You've got an envelope in there, and that's just part of a fly cover paper, but it was so pretty. It had a printing on one side, so I stole it and I put it in here. And then you've got a pocket writing space obviously, and a pocket in here as well, and that's just vintage, just a part of a pattern for how to make that doll. Then that closes up there, that closes up there. More of that antique linen, and then just a bookmark that you can write on the back of. You'll know that nursery rhyme, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Pocket there, surprisingly with nothing in it, just a little tuck spot for writing spot up there. Finally had a use for all my amazing vintage antique postcards, so I was pretty stoked that I finally had a use for them, because they just don't fit so well in my other journals. I have ones that suit better. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. I just used the title because it stuck out a little bit far on the bookmark, and I just made that tassel. And then this was out of an Alice in Wonderland book. I just wanted to put it in here because it was really cool. It was music paper, yes, but words on it, great, and it was brown. And I haven't got any other brown music paper. Don't know if you have. I can't imagine it's that common. Pop that one behind there. And she's such a gorgeous little image of her sitting on a rock with a little picnic basket. I have not put anything in there, but you can, because she closes nicely. She's not a crocodile. That's why she has a monstrous 9-inch spine. And then almost at the end, another gorgeous little postcard that just fitted the theme so perfectly. And I really wish I could tell what date that was, because it looks really super old writing that is very hard to read. And another, just a couple of pages with the daisies, because I feel like, you know, she was always sitting in the garden and doing things in the garden, Holly Hobby, from that book from late 1800s. And last page, you have one more pocket over there for you to do whatever you want with, and the back of that. And then I wanted to use the last image in the book, which was bedtime, on the back cover. So there you go. I really hope you enjoyed that little flip through. I hope it gave you some ideas of what you could do for a nostalgic journal for yourself. and I really enjoyed making her, so I would highly recommend it. She will be up for sale as of the airing of this video, so you can check her out if you would like to adopt her and give her her forever home. Let me know what you think of her. She's definitely different for me, and then until next time, love you guys. Thank you. Ka kite.